Today is Wednesday, April 23, 2014. Sunrise this morning was at 5:56 a.m. The sun will set at 7:43 p.m. Length of daylight hours today will be 13 hours, 48 minutes of visible light, 14 hours, 49 minutes. The waning crescent moon with 37% illumination is 23 days old, rose at 2:37 a.m. and will set at 1:39 p.m. At noon, the moon will pass above Rutland City at 226,042 miles distant from the center of planet Earth. The moon today will appear within the 11th zodiacal designation, Aquarius, the water bearer. Born today, happy birthday, the 15th American president, James Buchanan, a Democrat, served one term in office between the New Hampshireman Franklin Pierce and honest Abraham Lincoln. Buchanan is in some quarters referred to as the first gay president, mostly because he never married and cultivated close male friendships. Also, according to tradition, poet and dramatist William Shakespeare was born this day, April 23, 1564, in Stratford-on-Avon, England. It is impossible to be certain the exact day on which he was born, but church records show that he was baptized on April 26, and 3 days was a customary amount of time to wait before baptizing a newborn. Shakespeare's date of death is conclusively known, however. It was April 23, 1616. He was 52 years old and had retired to Stratford 3 years before. William Shakespeare wrote, "The web of our life is of a mingled yarn, good and ill together. Our virtues would be proud if our faults whipped them not, and our crimes would despair if they were not cherished by our virtues." As John Updike explained, "In my Pennsylvania childhood, I knew him to be the only president our great and ancient state had produced." Updike gives Buck an Anne Rutledge of his own, Anne Coleman, who takes her life in despair over her suitor's lack of ardency. He ignores the possibility that Buchanan had eyes instead for his erstwhile roommate, Senator, and Vice President William Rufus King of Alabama, a silk-scarfed dandy who made Oscar Wilde look like Ernest Borgnine. The roomies were known around Washington as Mr. and Mrs. Buchanan. Bill Kaufman, writing in The American Conservative. Under overcast skies in downtown Rutland, there's a 50% chance of rain in the forecast today, with a high temperature predicted to reach 48 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale, much cooler than yesterday, with north-northwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight will be partly to mostly cloudy with 10 to 20 mile per hour northwest winds and an overnight low temperature of 32 degrees. It'll warm up a bit tomorrow with a high of 54 degrees and mostly sunny skies.
True Hollywood story. Chico Marx, a well-known gambler and inveterate indiscriminate womanizer, was invited to a party at which Tallulah bankhead was also a guest. Chico was warned that bankhead was a high-class lady and that he should watch his manners if he had occasion to meet her, which he made it his priority to do. Miss Bankhead, Chico said, "I want to
position me powerful and vital essence within your will exercise to ignore the strangely attractive nurture palace while attempting to procreate additional generations of our kind so as to further human dominance upon this rock, this island, desert we call home."
Bankhead, pausing for no longer than a beat, exhaling a voluminous draft of cigarette smoke, coolly replied, "And so you shall, you old-fashioned boy, and so you shall."
Believe it or don't, I don't care, it's your choice.
The ability to make one's voice sound appealingly attractive at will, according to Newser.com, apparently is limited to women. At least that's what a new study finds. Researchers in Pennsylvania asked women to speak as if they were trying to impress someone with whom they were romantically interested. The women subjects did it easily, almost all by speaking in low, hoarser tones. There's a stereotype of what a sexual voice is in our culture, a low, breathy voice, says researcher Susan Hughes of Albright College. For men, things didn't work out quite so well. In fact, when they actively tried to sex up their voices, they became a little less appealing, Hughes says. Men could, however, apparently make themselves sound more confident, which may make them more attractive. The sound of confidence, researchers suggest, is related to earning potential. In other words, as Rachel Sugar puts it at Nerve.com, women are sexy if they sound attractive. Men are sexy if they sound as if they're in possession of an abundance of expendable monetary resources or the ready ability to go out and get some more. This has been today's Weather Minute. I'm Richard Alcott.